it down. Kevin.Ross in the building, guys. What up, man?
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me, man.
How you feel?
I feel good, man. Feel good.
Big ups last night, man. You stopped by
Yeah.
and blessed everybody with the single, man. You
Yeah,
know?
man. Thank you for having me last night, man. It was a really good time, man.
Yeah.
Definitely sung Long Song Away, and much love to Cleveland, man. I was just here last week with Ro James.
Yeah.
We did a show at the House of Blues, and Cleveland came out and showed love. So for those that went to the show, much love, and I'll be back sooner than later.
No doubt, man. Now, where you originally from?
I'm from D.C.
D.C.
Yeah.
Okay. Born and raised in D.C.
Yeah.
Doing it real big.
Yes, sir.
And now, did you write the song?
Yeah, I wrote and produced the song. Long
Wow.
Song Away, yeah.
Okay, this is your first major contract?
This is my first
Major deal?
Yeah. Signed to Motown Records. This is my first single out the gate, and for it to be number 2 at Urban AC Radio is a big thing. You know what I mean? To God be the glory.
Yeah.
For this opportunity and the platform.
Yeah, and I mention that because a lot of times, man, coming out the gate, a lot of cats don't write and produce their music like that. So big ups, congrats on that.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. You're like, I want to write this one here.
no.
This the song. I want this song on there. Did you have any say on what's the first single and all that too?
I mean, I really think that it was like predestined. You know what I'm saying? That God really aligned this whole situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for it to be my own words, my own music. I think that's a great introduction for people to know who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, love it or hate it, this is me.
Yeah. The Awakening comes out on March 24th. So tell us about the album. Tell us about the CD.
So The Awakening, once again, it comes out March 24th. I'm super excited about it. It's all about understanding how necessary we really are, right? So into the fabric of our family, to our community, to the culture, to the world, and most importantly, to ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was waking up as a man, understanding that the gifts that God has given me is not just for the glorification of myself, but it is to spread a message, right? To uplift, to motivate, to encourage those that feel underprivileged or underserved in a sense. Because I am an underdog, truly. I mean, I've been at music for a couple of years now, and so just to break out now is a true testament to say that, dreams do come true and nothing is impossible. I think I've seen so many artists and so many creative people, fall off the train or jump off the train right before they're stopped, just because of the fact that you let people get into your mind and say, oh, well, is this really for you? Maybe you should be realistic about your dreams. And to be honest, it's like...
How did you deal with that when, before you got to where you are now?
Yeah.
Like everything you said, how did you deal with the pressures and the voices of people telling you this and telling you that? How did you stay focused?
I mean, I stayed in prayer, you know what I mean? Especially when I felt like I was in like the deepest and darkest of valleys. But then I had people around me as far as like to encourage me. And it wasn't even really like the fact that they were like constantly encouraging me. It was just through their life, right? So I have a friend, and she's in pharmacy school, but she spent 4 years doing a bio degree, right? And then she had to spend 4 years in pharmacy school. So now she's about to do her fellowship, and that's 2 more years.
2 more.
So
10
in order,
years.
so in order for her to actually get the pharmacist, that money.
Yeah, they guap.
Yeah. That's 10 years, right? So that means that goes to show that anything that's worth having, it may take you 10 years. Even in music, people may know you and may hear of your music for 10 years.
Yeah.
That don't mean that you're not making it. It's a process to it. And people have to respect the process. And so for me, gleaning on people like her as far as being a pharmacist or a lawyer or a doctor, anything that's worth having in life, it's going to take time.
I hear you talk a lot about your relationship with God.
Yeah.
When did you get to know him? Like, how old were you?
I was about 10 years old. I got bacterial meningitis, and I don't know. Listen, when you have bacterial meningitis, there's like certain like levels of it, and at first it seemed like a flu, and then the flu just got worse, and so the last alternative was to give me a spinal tap, and so they gave me the spinal tap. The spinal tap came back cloudy, which means that I had bacterial meningitis, and so my brain waves and my brain patterns started to change, and So they thought that I was going to be mentally impaired, or that I was going to be somehow deaf. So I went to sleep, and I went to sleep for about like a day and a half. And when I woke up, there was like doctors all around me just doing all this.
So you was like out for a day and a half? Like in a coma?
Yeah, pretty much comatose, yeah.
Wow.
So when I woke up, there was these doctors all around me. And he was like, oh, you're the miracle child. And you know, just trying to figure out how, you know. And then my aunt came in, and she was praying over me. And, you know, when at 10 years old, you don't really understand the severity of those kind of things.
Right.
But, I mean, I think once I got out of the hospital, because I was in there for about a month, I understood that God had preserved me. And I didn't even understand why he preserved me, or why he saved me and kept me intact and kept me whole. But that's when the relationship started. You know, now as I got older and I started to feel myself, you know, it was a in and out relationship, definitely. But he definitely preserved me during those years as well.
Yeah,
So I'm just grateful, man, just to be here, man. It's a beautiful thing.
How old are you?
I'm in my 20s. I never want to say my particular age because I don't want
the entertainment thing. I know.
Well, no, I don't want to scare people away, especially with a record like Long Song Away.
The song is a great song, bro.
That's a grown
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You cannot deny that. And I asked that because R&B. I hear a lot of people say R&B is back. I don't think it never really left, but I think now people are paying more attention.
Yeah.
And more people are making hits like yourself. And you don't have to be 40 or 50 to make a hit for an Urban AC radio station.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the genre and the format, it's widening, it's broadening.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that now you got 25 plus, we're getting older, right?
Yeah.
So that means that we're going through real things. We're going through real relationship issues. We have something to say.
Yeah.
You know, and it may not fit into the urban format. It may have a different feel. It may have a nostalgic feel. It may have a progressive feel. But whatever it is, I can see throughout like every city that I go to, as far as with these shows, that the demographic is getting younger. These women are getting younger, and they're starting to connect with the Permissions of the world, or the This Is Why I Love You of the world, or even the Long Song Aways of the world.
Yeah.
So there is a new wave of R&B soul that is emerging. Like you said, R&B has never left, just because it's so implemented and saturated in hip hop. It's just the fact that I don't think people recognize nor give R&B credit. Every one of your favorite rappers sing their hooks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, yeah, it's hip hop, but it's still R&B. They still understand the concept of what it takes.
How's it going?
Man, I can't complain, man.
Hey, I just told Sam they may not know who you is now, but they will, man. I just called to wish you the best, man, like I told you last week, man.
Thank you, man. One day at a time, man. Bless you, man.
All right, you take care, man.
Yes, sir.
This song is beautiful. I'm 63 and I'll be feeling like I'm 21 just playing backwards.
Hey, listen, that's a beautiful thing.
Oh my God, I love that song. I got my daughter, my granddaughter. I said, you heard this, you heard this, you heard this. I look at it and listen to it on my TV every day. I mirror it. Oh my God.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing.
Welcome to Cleveland.
I love it here. I love it.
Thank you.
Kevin.Ross Takeover, man. Let's play another song off the CD, which comes out on the 24th. Let's go with, what is it, Pick Me Up?
Pick You Up.
Pick You Up. Pick You Up. Right here on ZAK. Before you leave out of here, you got to tell everybody about your Instagram and your Facebook.
Most definitely. Make sure that you follow me at kevin.Ross Music, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you name it, I'm on it. Make sure that you go and get the album. It comes out, The Awakening, March 24th. You can get it on pre-order on iTunes. You can pre-save it to Spotify. And always remember, guys, to be great.
No doubt. Now, I want you to chime in on our conversation, man. Do you think that when you make it big, that somebody in the family, they call you for bread, that you're supposed to take care of the entire family?
I believe in the saying that God blesses the child who has his own. And so for me, there's nothing wrong with gifts. There's nothing wrong with showering people and showing your appreciation. But to take care of another grown person that's able-bodied is out of the question for me.
Yeah, out of the question.
Out of the question. But when Christmas
Come on,
time,
Kevin, you got it like that, Kev.
When Christmas time comes, the gift's going to be like that. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? But as far as taking care of you, you've been taking care of yourself before. I was established, so I intend for people to do the same thing. So You know, but my family knows that, and that's why I love
They already know what's up.
Loves them. Yeah.
They already know what's up.
Absolutely.
Except for the free tickets for every concert. Now.
Oh yeah, free tickets. We ain't got to worry about that.
You go back on to DC.
We in it. Every show I got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. So big ups to you, man. Again, great sound, great music, man.
Thank you.
And I mentioned it last night. I can see you. Did you sign a deal already? BET Awards. Are you performing?
Listen, man. We're gonna put that into the atmosphere. Into existence, man. But I got a lot more work to do, man. You're gonna be seeing me on a lot more platforms. You know what I mean? God willing, and you know, this is only the first step, man.
Yeah.
First song.
How does it feel, man?
It feels great, man. Like this has been years in the making for the Awakening album to finally come out on March 24th. Is a dream come true. But for me, the reality is that this is the first step, and so I believe in momentum. I believe in consistently giving people music. So just as much as we're going to put out this album, we're going to put out more music, and we're going to put out more videos, and we're going to continue to inspire and uplift more people. Yeah. And it's just going to get better and better.
All right, man. Full interview, man. Make sure y'all go on my page and you can get the whole entire conversation. We've been hanging out. And go get the CD. Next week, we want to make it number one. Can we make it number one?
Can we make it number one?
Make it number one, son?
Come on, man.
Let's do that. Kevin.Ross in the building, man. Big ups.
Absolutely.
We got more coming up on the show. Go ahead and introduce your next song, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I'm glad to present this song. This is my new single called Don't Go off of The Awakening. You're tuned into it right now. Much love, Cleveland, and we out.